You were kind of
Sorry, not sorry. Oh no!
To your maker you go!
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott Lowe from Naughty Dog, and I'm joined by Vinith, Rodney, and Robert Ryan from the multiplayer team. Welcome. What you just saw was our brand new multiplayer map, New Devon, which is launching today for everyone as a free update. So thank you for everyone who stuck with us yesterday. Apologies for the delay, but we've got some exciting stuff to show you. So without further ado, we're going to go through the new map. We're going to kind of go through the evolution of it, the development of it. We're going to talk about some of the new changes in our new update that's going out today that introduces the new map 112. And then we're going to show some live gameplay and a sneak peek of what's to come in September with our new DLC, our summer DLC drop. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So Rodney, tell us a little bit.
That's me?
Yes, that's you. You were kind of this is kind of your baby, your brainchild in terms of the new map, New Devon. Can you walk us through some of the process and inspiration for this one?
Yeah, totally. So Devon's obviously based off Libertalia art set, which during production we specifically avoided because we didn't want to go into any realm of spoilers for single player. So, and those who played single player know that about a fourth of the game takes place in like Libertalia, Devon, the end of the game. So when we got done, shipped it was like prime real estate, and there's so much art set to like go off of, and that's why we've got kind of now a couple maps, because the first one was Sunken Ruins, which is very much still in the Libertalia outset. So when we were looking even further, there was so much stuff in just Libertalia that we wanted to strike again. And yeah, that was the original idea for what became New Devon.
Cool. Well, I understand we have some cool like time-lapse footage to show kind of the evolution of the map.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can cue that up.
Cue it.
There we go.
So what you're seeing right here is the original block mesh, and as it's going through development right now, of literally of like what I hand off to the artist and literally how they do their magic.
So what kind of scale is this map? Is this like a medium or a large scale map?
So this will be our largest map. The previous record holder was Scotland, and this has got to beat by a few yards. So one of the early challenges, we wanted to make, kind of the challenge was making the biggest map starting off with, so we could actually do multiple purposes with it. So one of the big things that we were doing this time is looking back at the previous maps of what we had. We didn't really have any maps that had traditional bases, and that's one of the things we really wanted to tackle this time. So one of the great things is that yes, this map actually has proper bases, and for objective modes and all that, it just creates a whole different dynamic that we used to have.
Yeah, there's a solid mix of kind of like broad exteriors with long sight lines, but as well as like some of those like tight close quarters map qualities that I'm personally a fan of.
Yeah, so the other big inspiration was it when, after we shipped, the great thing is we actually get to play finally after we ship, because we're, during development, we only get to play iterations, and we're constantly changing stuff, so we don't really know what, will marinate post-ship. And then after about a month of post-ship, we really started to realize like what was really, really fun. So New Devon is very much like the stepchild of Auction House, River, and Pirate Colony all in one. And, you know, all those maps have very different feels. So it's an interesting idea of like, you know, how do we combine, you know, some of the flow of Auction House with the hall combat we really like in Pirate Colony, along with some of the kind of crazier, more dynamic rope swings of River. And that's New Devon in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of rope swings, but let's fire up a match and show it in action. Robert Ryan, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes, now we actually get to go in it.
Cool. So we're keeping an eye on the Twitch chat, so please send your questions as we go along. And we've got a nice full party here of Naughty Dog employees. One of the new updates with 1.12 that's launching today is the little Naughty Dog paw that you see there. So if you're ever in a game and you see one of those, then you know you've got a developer in your game. So be sure to like reach out, say hi, let them know.
Creates a nice target.
Yeah. Good choice.
Scoundrel like me. Nice dark, aren't you?
Oh,
boy.
Never controversial with Flip.
But he's wearing a wetsuit.
Wetsuits are the big thing.
I can hear myself coming from somewhere.
I think so.
The monitor.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see. This chat is going pretty fast. Let me see if I can slow it down here.
Slow down the chat. There's too much happening.
How many explosive environmental items are in the map?
There are actually. You're going to see one right now.
This is why I wanted the wetsuit.
One of the things that people might realize the way we do spawns is we actually do alternate spawns for the starts. So people who have played other maps know that sometimes, like on like Mad City, sometimes you spawn on the kind of construction side, sometime on the street side. And one of the good ones with this one is one of the random spawns will happen is actually outside the map where you get to slide in. And when you slide in like that, there's actually some options you can do when you're actually going into the map. And it's a location you can only get to in this one start spawn at this one time. So once you're out of it, you can never get back to it. So it kind of creates a special feel.
Yeah, it's everybody loves a dramatic entrance, so that one in particular is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's always fun to say you're going to slide in.
Okay. There's some questions about rank changes. We're actually going to be getting into that in just a little bit. That's why we have our man Vinith here, kind of break down all of that. We'll in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that.
Oh!
When will this patch be going out? Well, funny you should ask that. It will be rolling out during this stream. So hopefully, if you're on top of it and you have your console all fired up, you can get the patch and download it before the stream ends and hop right into this new map you're seeing here, which is pretty awesome. Oh.
Never
Wanna
mind.
go for it.
Oops.
Going below. So yeah, the majority of the map is divided in two halves.
Alright, so we got a
Avery's
team.
mansion being like the giant interior.
No, don't revive me. Just kill him. There they go.
Yeah, so the Avery's mansion in the middle is kind of there's like some winding paths, but there's also some kind of that big atrium where there's like kind of just, I think there's a rope swing in the middle there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. One of the, like it's...
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, essentially, this is very much the, what I like to call Auction House 2.0. And one of the challenges that's going on early is like, yes, it was going to be the biggest map, but also figuring out ways of how people can cut across it very quickly. So the rope swings very much help you just cut through this giant space very quickly.
Yeah, and I like how the rope swings are pretty prevalent through all major lanes. Like, you have, kind of an expedited means of traversal regardless of which lane you kind of pick, which is awesome. Because some matches I just love to roll around on the rope swings and just pummel
Yeah,
people
there's
from
some
above. So
fairly epic rope slings here.
Oh, that was a bad throw. Some rope swings for flanking.
Yeah, that's a really good
And
flank right
bam.
there. That's awesome.
Well, I gotta actually hit the guy to make use.
You gonna say thank you or what? I'm grateful.
So the full patch notes will be going out with the rollout of the patch, so about the end of the stream. So you should be able to peruse through all the changes. But again, we're still going to cover off on them in just a little bit.
Come on, team. You can do it.
Nice.
Cool. Lots of questions about patch notes.
Oh, I was hoping to jump down.
Co-op. Okay, so co-op, as expressed in the roadmap that we shared before launch for multiplayer, is coming in the fall. So this is still part of our summer lineup of content. So you'll be hearing about that, soon enough. But yeah, it's not quite here yet.
Wow, you guys got a close game going.
Dude.
Yeah. I always love how hectic this area can become.
Yeah, this hallway was very much looking at Pirate Colony's hallway of like what's the next kind of step behind that.
Yeah, I like how much that pillar divides the space a little bit.
Yeah. There's actually there's very specific lines of when you cross, you're kind of like
There they
committed
are.
to the space. And I always go by this rule of 5 of like when you're in the center, one layer out and the final layer before that. And the final layer actually has a slide that will essentially act as an escape route if you decide it's like I'm not committing going into there. Ooh.